Welcome to Pirate Reloading and Firearms. What this channel is all about is mainly reloading tutorials, basic how-tos, but I'll also be reviewing reloading equipment, gear, firearms, and maybe a few firearm tutorials here and there. Nothing too serious. So that's what the channel's going to be about. I'm going to try and categorize the videos so if you want something specific, you can go and find it really quickly. So I'm just going to run through a few real quick things. Pirate with a Y. I know I'm going to get asked this at some point. So basically, there was no formal spelling until the 18th century. So English scribes and writers used to spell things how they sounded or how they pronounced them. Pirate with a Y was one of the common occurrences. You had IRROT. You had pirate with a Y and no E on the end. But pirate with a Y is one of the common ways it was recorded in the height of piracy, the 1720s, the golden age of piracy. So what am I trying to achieve on this channel? Is probably another question. If I can help one person, that makes it all worthwhile. I don't have any real goals or direction. I just want to produce some videos and hopefully help somebody. What happens from there is what happens from there, really. So I want to cover a few common questions about reloading, just to start with, as a little introduction. So there's two terms thrown out there, reloader and handloader. And if you're someone from the outside looking in, that may be a little confusing. As a general way, I've always seen it, a reloader is reloading ammunition, not necessarily to be incredibly accurate. Maybe they're just loading plinking ammunition to save money, or you look at a hand loader on the other side who is somebody who is very precise. They probably use a single stage system rather than a progressive system. And they take their time. That's hand weighed or electronically weighed powder charges for every charge. So those are the two big differences. I'd class myself more as a hand loader rather than a reloader. The whole reason I got into reloading was being able to produce very, very accurate ammunition. The second question I hear quite often is it dangerous? Like anything to do with firearms, there is a small risk. That's something that you obviously take on board now, provided you follow all the rules, you stick to recognized and published load data, and you follow the procedures. There's nothing super dangerous about it. If you're prepared to go down and buy a box of ammo from your local store and shoot it off, there's no reason you really can't reload. You need to spend the time and have the concentration, avoid distractions, and always double check your work. I will always shine a torch in every case to make sure there's powder in it. Um, it's just something, if you have all your checks and balances in line and you have your own little procedure, and it'll take you a while to work that out too, but once you have a procedure, just stick to it. If you get interrupted for any reason, you need to stop, you need to note down where you are in your process, and when you come back to it, you need to just double check where you're at. Don't take what you remember for granted, and carry on from that point, basically. Um, Personally, my favorite question about reloading, does it save you money? A blanket answer is no. What you'll end up doing, and what I've ended up doing, is actually just reinvesting the money I've saved, per round back into reloading equipment. Um, I did a break-even chart way back when I started, and I worked out, it cost me, say, $2 a round to buy very good precision factory ammo, and if I can reload it at $1, it'll take me so long to pay for it. And then, of course, you got to factor in the price of the equipment. Once you do all that, you realize you're probably not going to save money. But what you do get out of it at the end is a lower cost per round. You also, if you're doing it right and that's what you're after, you will also get a rifle round or a pistol round that is tailored to your firearm. And by tailoring it to your firearm, in theory, it should be more consistent. That's provided you're doing your part. So you're not necessarily going to save money, but you'll most likely find that you spend the same amount of money but get more for your dollar. Um, the other thing is you're going to find that if you're reloading, you know, on a budget for plinking ammunition, you'll just end up shooting more. Um, that's definitely something I noticed too. My round counts per range session started going up quite a bit. So yeah, you're not going to save money, but you're going to get more for your dollar, and yeah, you're going to spend the same amount of money. And the final question is, is it a waste of time, or does it take up too much time? That's a very personal question and answer. I suppose everybody will be different. I quite enjoy the actual aspect of reloading. I find it, I suppose, relaxing is the word. I can sit down at a workbench for a couple of hours, churn out a box of ammo, and I have a great deal of satisfaction when I then take that box of ammo to the range, or that particular round I reloaded takes a deer. Um, there's just something about you controlling that start to finish, that whole process. But that'll be different for everybody too. It is certainly not a hobby to take on if you have no spare time in your life. Um, Even sometimes I can think, oh man, I've got to reload some ammo for that rifle. And I sort of procrastinate on it a little bit. So it's not a waste of time if you want cheap, readily available ammo just to plink, or you want really precise ammo for your precision rifle, your target shooting, and so on. So it's gonna be a it's gonna be a um, I don't know, a cost versus reward calculation for yourself. And at the end of the day, too, a lot of this equipment has a good resale value. So if you give it a go for a couple of years and you don't find it's really doing what you want to do, or you're finding that you just don't get the time to do it, you can always sell that stuff on. Most things hold their value. You'll lose a little bit of money here and there depending on how quickly you want to sell all the equipment off. But ultimately, you'll probably never lose out on your equipment. If you buy good equipment, you'll be passing that down to generations too. Good things like single stage presses, which I'll cover later on, are so well built, they're so solid, and what you'll find is that that will last you a lifetime. It'll last your children and probably even your grandchildren a lifetime too, provided you look after it, take care of it, keep it lubricated, and so on. That's with anything routine maintenance. Um, Beyond that, I'm probably going to get asked in the background. I am reloading some 303 British. It's quite a unique case to reload, and usually you find that the rifle isn't quite up to modern specifications, so you have to adjust your reloading skills. And I hope to do a video a bit later on about reloading 303 British because it's such a I don't think the actual cartridge and the caliber is particularly difficult to reload. It's usually the quality of the rifle you're putting it in. Unfortunately, all of them are military surplus, unless you're going to go out and rebarrel one. So there's some interesting little quirks behind it. Um, so thanks for watching this introduction. I hope you get something out of these videos in this channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.